What's up, guys? Today I got another video for you. My battery died. I was going to take my car out for a drive today and did not start. Apparently my battery tender had an error message stating that the battery can't hold charge anymore. I would not be surprised if this was the original battery from my 2010. I have not replaced it in the 4.5+ years that I've owned this. So anyway, let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. It's actually behind the passenger seat here. If you can, move your seats as far forward as possible. And then the next step is to remove this rear parcel shelf. Nice handy little hook right here that you lift off, and you'll see some foam, but I can tell you that underneath this foam is the battery. It's right there. You see it? Okay. In order to get this stupid thing out, you gotta remove a few things. Most notably, this bar here. If we can remove that, it makes it very easy to move this here carpeting panel forward. Tools you need for this job, and yeah, let's get started. There are a bunch of there's a 10mm bolt here, looks like, and some Phillips head screws that go all the way down. Once you get all the screws out and the one random bolt, this thing just pulls right out. This here carpeted panel, in theory, should pull back. Gotta kind of pull it away, and as you can see, there's the big old battery in there. Before we want to remove the mounting brackets, what we're going to do is remove the battery terminals first. Always a good idea to get everything disconnected before you're messing around in there. So anyway, 13mm socket, wrench for these screws on top here, and take off the negative first, positive second. Want to reduce the number of sparks, and use a T30. This thing kind of sprung out, so be wary of that. That's going to happen. Yeah, so once you get this guy here, for the next step, got to loosen up all these here. T30 does work. So we got T30 all the way. I guess they made it a little simpler in the later model years. Once you loosen up these brackets here, they slide, but the really awesome part is that they don't slide all the way. So you have to like muscle, you have to like yank this piece of trim out here, and then I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me. You have to yank out this piece of trim on the left, and then maybe then there's a little wiring loom thing you gotta kind of push out of the way. Anyway, once you get it all the way there, pull it out all the way, and you can see these stupid brackets that they have here that slide along this rail. No clue what the engineering, but you know, it's a very nice piece of billet aluminum composite, whatever the heck it is. Anyway, I'm gonna get this other one out, and then I will finally be able to take the battery out. Yay! The battery I got is apparently the right one. I picked it up at O'Reilly's. It was $180. When you're putting it back in, make sure you note the place of the terminals. So actually putting it back in the car, the terminals face away from the front of the vehicle. One other thing that's very important not to forget, because this is not a sealed battery, but you got your vent hose here on the left side, so make sure you transplant the little elbow joint here to the new battery. Okay, battery is back in place. First thing you do, reconnect the vent hose. Next step, screw side down. Anyway, get them in the rail, slide them over, Another thing I would recommend doing before you tighten everything up, reinstall this other bracket first to make sure it's on nice and straight. Do the back side first, get that locked in as it kind of springs open. So anyway, once you get the back in, tidy up the front and screw them in most of the way. Then just use your ratchet to tighten them up. Your spot should line up evenly with the plastic trim here. Okay, now that all the brackets are installed, down here, up here, I'm going to reinstall the terminals. Positive first, then negative. Okay, once your terminals get reconnected, you should start hearing some door locking, weird sounds, all that good stuff. Now that you're all lined up, you got your screw holes all in order, get your metal bar out and we'll start to put those back in. Okay, once you get everything back together, your foam stuffed in there, last thing to do, throw the old parcel shelf on there, make sure your flap is facing out, and you're done. That's it. Hopefully it solves my issue of starting, and yeah, we're good to go now for another, hopefully, 5 years.